AITA for refusing to attend my sister's wedding after my parents disowned me. So I wasn't sure where to put this update, but a lot has happened, and it's honestly still sinking in. If you had told me a week ago that most of my extended family would actually take my side, I would have laughed in your face. But here we are. Once my parents and Emily were officially on their trip, I knew it was time. I had to reach out before they got back and had the chance to twist things even more. So, I sat down and made a list of every single relative on my parents' side who had either gone cold on me or outright ignored me since all of this started. Some of them had sent me passive-aggressive messages. Others had just stopped responding altogether. These were the people who had clearly believed my parents' version of events without question, and if I was going to get the truth out, I had to do it now, before they could be manipulated again. I didn't send some big emotional explanation. I didn't beg for sympathy. I didn't even try to defend myself. All I did was send screenshots, the exact messages where my parents made it clear that if I wasn't going to drop everything for Emily's wedding, then I wasn't welcome at all. No extra words, no added context, just their own words staring my relatives right in the face. And then I waited. I thought it would take a while for people to respond. Maybe I'd get a slow trickle of replies over a few days, some hesitant, some half-hearted. But nope. Within minutes, my phone started blowing up. The first call came from my uncle, one of the people who had originally told me to think about the bigger picture and not let one argument ruin my relationship with my family. When I answered, he sounded angry. Not at me, at my parents. The first thing out of his mouth was, "What the hell? This is not what your parents told us." Apparently, they had made it sound like I had voluntarily refused to come, that I had decided I didn't want to be part of Emily's wedding just because. They never mentioned the ultimatum. They never admitted to cutting me off. He said he felt lied to and that he was going to have a conversation with them when they got back. My parents hate being confronted, so that should be interesting. Then there was my mom's sister, the one who had originally told me to be the bigger person and let this go for the sake of the family. Her response was short at first. I didn't realize it was like this. Then, a few minutes later, she sent another message. If I had known, I wouldn't have told you to just move on. So yeah, she backtracked fast. Then the cousins started chiming in. One of them admitted that they had distanced themselves because they didn't want to get involved in family drama. But after seeing the messages, they felt bad for assuming my parents were telling the truth. Another one literally said, "I'm sorry, I just assumed you were being difficult because that's what your mom made it sound like." That one stung. I mean, I get it. My parents have spent years painting me as the difficult one, and it's easier to believe the person making the most noise. But at least they were willing to own up to it now. And then, of course, there were the holdouts. A select few older relatives are still refusing to acknowledge that my parents did anything wrong. These are the ones who just can't admit they were wrong, who will defend my parents no matter what because, in their eyes, family is family. One of my aunts actually had the audacity to send me a long paragraph about how weddings are stressful and people say things they do mean. I shut that down real fast. I told her that this wasn't some heat-of-the-moment frustration. My parents cut me off and then lied to everyone about it. That's not stress. That's a deliberate choice. And if she still wanted to make excuses for them after seeing the proof, then I had nothing more to say to her. But the best part, my parents and Emily have no idea this is happening, not a clue. They're off on their pre-wedding vacation, completely unaware that the family they thought was blindly supporting them has now seen the truth. No one has warned them. No one has given them a heads up. As far as they know, they're coming home to a family that fully supports them and thinks I'm the one who abandoned them. I don't know what's going to happen when they realize the narrative has flipped while they were gone, but honestly, that's not my problem anymore. I've cut off the people who refuse to see the truth, and I'm keeping the ones who actually care. They wanted me out. Well, congratulations. I'm gone. No more contact from me. They can deal with the fallout by themselves because I've got a radiation suit.